Well, for more on the state and future of cryptocurrencies, let's bring in Mark Dukas. He's a crypto analyst at Bitcoin Live and founder of BitcoinSmartMoney.com. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So, for people who are trying to get up to speed here, explain what leaders like Adams in New York and Suarez in Miami, what do they actually want in terms of cryptocurrency hubs in their cities?
So as we've seen with the Bitcoin network, it's proven to be the greatest socioeconomic experiment that's ever been created. And now that we've seen that it has that staying power as an asset class, the city of New York was one city in 2015, 16, and 17, which had some growth, but they had some hiccups with the bit license. And Miami kind of took the throne in 2020 and 2021 by having an adoption metric and really starting to bring a sprawl from the West Coast of California, and now a lot of people are going to Miami. And now I think New York is seeing the success that the mayor is having, and they are looking now to make some changes. And there's a lot of benefits with having a digital token, and the city's creating some revenue, but you also see young people using their phones, using digital wallets and digital money. And so that adoption metric can allow these cities to progress and not be a stodgy, old-fashioned city. So I think it's really beneficial for both of them. It's just Miami's in the lead right now.
So then how are these plans being received, and what impact could this have on their city's residents and businesses as well?
So out of the gates, whenever there's something that is change and new to people, they do thwart it and have some obstacles in adopting it. But when you see the benefits and the fact that a lot of times you leave your wallet at home, but you have your phone with you, and you can see that Bitcoin grows as an asset class 200% year over year over the last 10 years. And we're up about 100% year to date. And the S&P 500 is up 20%, 22%. You can see that the growth of crypto is progressing at a very accelerated rate. So we see that the benefit of having it, allowing it, and giving the power to the people does provide benefits to these cities.
Now, we did hear that New York's mayor-elect, he wants to take his paycheck in the first few paychecks in Bitcoin. We're seeing a lot of these pro athletes also deciding to do the same. How is that working out so far, and what are some of the risks? Because it has been a bit of a roller coaster over this pandemic.
Right. So it's been a roller coaster, but it's a roller coaster when you look at it from hour to hour and day to day. And if you zoom out, you see the curve of Bitcoin and its price action as one that's a curve that's actually accelerating upwards. So the volatility is upward volatility. It's just when you hear the fear, uncertainty, and doubt of new regulations and concerns, it can cause panic in some people that don't understand the benefits of Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency and Ethereum as a network layer to be built on top of. But you look at Rachelle Akuffo from the Carolina Panthers, who last year was going to take $13 million of his paycheck and convert half of it into Bitcoin. And then just recently, Odell Beckham Jr. for the Los Angeles Rams is taking his paycheck and converting that into Bitcoin. And then he's also giving away $1 million of Bitcoin and is partnered up with Cash App. So it's something that is actually really beneficial. And these athletes, who a lot of young people look up to, can really provide that stepping stone for the crypto space.
Now, despite that, we are still seeing warnings from the IMF and others about digital currencies like Bitcoin. What are their concerns, and what can really be done to overcome them?
So their concern is really not that they don't want countries to adopt it as legal tender. They don't want them to run before they can crawl and walk. So it's one of those things that you just have to crawl, walk faster, and then run. And with big countries, you have that being more of an obstacle. But you see El Salvador with a population, I think around 6 million people, that you can have that happen and the legal tender be accepted a lot faster. So when you have these smaller countries show that it can be done, and you have people of El Salvador making gains on their crypto as price appreciates over time, these other countries will start adopting it. And you have them looking at, I think there's about 85 or 86 countries now that are looking at a digital currency. And so there is a spot for it. It just takes time to develop. And in technology, we really sometimes overthink what we can accomplish in 2 years and underestimate what we can accomplish in 10 years. And that goes back to Amara's law. And that's going to prove to be the same space and same thing that unfolds here for Bitcoin moving forward in the next century.
All right, well, it's always great to have you on. Mark Dukas there, crypto analyst at Bitcoin Live and founder of Bitcoin Smart Money.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're turning our attention to Latin America after a quick break.